Shit, this is Make Do Reacts. We gonna make do with what we got, but we gonna react and we gonna have a good time for sure. Right now, we getting into this two true horrifying Wendigo encounters by your boy Horror Tune Scary Stories. You know what I mean? So he be doing his thing. I be watching his little videos every now and again. I said, why not get on a little YouTube channel and react? So, I'm here now. We figuring it out, but we going. Word.
Camping. They ask why I sold the Airstream, Mark's pride and joy, for half of what it was worth, just days after I got back from the Appalachians. People ask me why I stopped camping. They ask why I sold the Airstream, Mark's pride and joy,
Do that one more time.
People ask me why I stopped camping.
He
they
in
ask
both
why I sold
lanes.
the Airstream.
I'm a driver's instructor, so he is in both lanes. He tripping. Get on one side of the road, buddy.
Mark's pride and joy, for half of what it was worth, just days after I got back from the Appalachians. I usually tell them I just got too lonely out there. I tell them that without Mark, the silence was too loud. That's a lie. It wasn't the silence that drove me away. It was the noise.
Hell no. What is that? What noise is that?
It's been 6 months since Mark died. A climbing accident in Colorado. He fell 300...
Yeah, that boy Mark done. I ain't gonna lie. It's over with Mark. Whole head just, he looked like he sleep. It's over with Mark.
Feet. Closed casket. I didn't get to say goodbye, not really. That's why I took the trip.
Casket.
Mark bought that 20-foot trailer
like
2 months before he died. He had this dream of us disappearing into the deep woods, away from cell towers and emails and the hum of the city. He called it getting back to the marrow of the world. So I went alone.
Getting back is crazy.
I drove deep into the Appalachian foothills, way past where the paved roads turn to gravel and the gravel turns to dirt. I found a spot in a clearing surrounded by pines that were so tall they seemed to blot out the stars. It was beautiful. It was terrifyingly isolated. I spent the first 2 days just existing. I drank coffee out of his favorite mug. I read his old field guides. I tried to feel him there with me. And I did. The trail.
But shout out to her. I want somebody like her. She gonna hold it down. He gone. She talking about she drank coffee. She did things he liked. She wanted to feel his presence. Shout out to her. When I'm gone, may my woman celebrate me like this.
There smelled like him. Old Spice, sawdust, and rain.
Hell no.
On the third night, the air changed.
I'm sorry, Mark.
It was late.
I'm gonna put respect on your name, and I'm gonna put respect on your grievances, but Old Spice, you gotta do better, Mark.
Past midnight. I was sitting outside in a folding chair, staring at the dying embers of my campfire. The fire was just a pile of glowing red eyes in the ash. It was dead silent, no crickets, no wind in the boughs, just that heavy, suffocating stillness that happens right before a storm. I was thinking about the last time I saw him.
That's why you
and then I heard
up
it.
There. Sarah. No. It's time to pack it up. What do you mean? You heard something in the wall calling you Sarah. Let's get this ad out the way, though. Put my shit in full screen. Sarah. Run, Sarah.
My heart hammered against my ribs so hard it hurt. It wasn't a whisper. It was a call, clear as a bell, coming from the tree line about 50 yards away. It was Mark.
No,
it wasn't just a voice that sounded like him.
No, it had his... You're not going to tell me that was Mark. We seen Mark doing one of these. Mark was hanging. That's not Mark calling you. That's something else. You better get gone, Sarah, and call out the name of Jesus for the one time.
Inflection. The way his voice pitched up slightly at the end of my name, a question and a greeting all at once.
There should have been no question.
I'm cold. Logic tells you it's impossible. Logic tells you your husband is buried in a plot in Ohio.
Logic tells you to run, but clearly you don't got none of that because you still standing there. The hell, girl?
But grief doesn't care about logic.
You know what?
Grief hears a door opening.
I'll give you that.
I stood up.
You got
I
me.
didn't even grab
You
my
won that one.
flashlight.
I
I
give
just
you that.
walked toward the darkness of the
I give you
trees.
that.
Mark, I called out, my voice trembling.
Help me, Sarah. I'm lost.
Nope. Nope, 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 nope,
The
nope.
voice
nope.
was drifting,
You better come out here,
moving
Mark.
deeper into the
No, no,
woods.
no, 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 no. No, ain't no drifting deeper into the woods, Mark. If that's you, come out here. For the one time. But even if I see you, Mark, I seen you back then, so don't even matter. If I see you now, I'm gonna be like, hell no, that's not Mark. That's not Mark. Don't care if it looked just like you or not. That's not Mark. But I digress. She's grief-stricken. Let's get back into it.
I stepped past the safety of the clearing and into the brush. The branches whipped at my face, but I didn't care. I needed to see him. I needed it to be real.
Hell no. 1-2 skip to my Lou ass run. Why is she moving like that?
Stepped past the safety of the clearing and
Look at her
into the
feet step.
brush. The branches whipped at my face, but I didn't care. I needed to see him.
She got all
I
that
needed it to be
movement and she
real.
ain't getting nowhere.
I walked maybe 100 yards into the density of the forest, and that's when the temperature dropped. It didn't just get chilly, it plunged. It felt like walking into a meat locker. My breath started to mist in heavy clouds, and then the smell hit me. It wasn't the smell of pine or wet earth anymore. It was metallic, sharp. It tasted like biting your tongue. It was the smell of old copper and rot.
It was the smell of get the hell out of there. But on top of that, look at her face. Look at her face. That's the exact face I would have been making. That's damn near the face I've been making this whole video, trying to figure out why the hell you actually about to go chase this damn man into these woods when you know he did.
Smell of a slaughterhouse that had been left in the sun, then frozen.
These are terrible
It
descriptions.
snapped the trance.
Okay, I was about to say.
I froze, standing in the dark, shivering violently. A memory washed over me. Mark loved folklore. He used to tell me stories when we camped, trying to scare me.
So
He
Mark
talked
was
about
smart,
the things that lived in the old, lonely places of America.
but he wasn't smart enough to
The
not get on that
Wendigo,
damn
he had
mountain.
told me once, his face illuminated by a flashlight. The spirit of hunger, the cold that walks.
Nigga, that's not even a 5 o'clock shadow. What is that? Nigga put Sharpie on his face. He tattooed a beard. Do you know how niggas be doing the tattoo on top of their hair when they go bald? He wanted a beard so bad, he tattooed them up. But, yeah, nah, he got to get that together. I'm not want to talk because I clearly need a retwist, but that's, you got to get that in order. And I do need a shape up, too. I'm dead wrong. Hold on, let me watch my mouth.
It doesn't just hunt you, Sarah. It lures you. It knows what you love, and it uses it against you. If you ever hear your name in the woods, don't answer. It
Mark,
plays with its prey.
I like you, Mark.
The realization hit me like a physical blow to the stomach. That wasn't Mark.
Sarah?
The voice came again. It was closer now, but it had changed. There was a glitch in it, a wet, gurgling sound underneath the words.
Don't ever describe my voice as wet. That don't even sound right. A moist, wet voice? Clear your throat, buddy.
Come closer.
I spun around and ran. I didn't care about the noise I was making. I scrambled over roots and tore my jeans on briars. The dread was a physical weight on my shoulders, like gravity had doubled.
I understand you,
felt
Sarah. I
eyes
would have
on
been out of
me,
there too,
not
but
animal eyes.
I'm not gonna lie, we should have did that at the
something
start,
hateful.
though. At this very moment, when I see this frail NBA 6'7", 6'8", whatever you want to call it, carcass with its just rib cage just hanging out for you to see all the internals, just back meat just gone, all spine, sprinter's calves. Yeah, we not even looking back. This right here is why you don't look back. This right here, this is something you see and you get terrified, you freeze in terror. This is exactly why when you gone, you just take off. We'll figure out what it is once we in the car or something, once we somewhere safe. But this, with antlers, no, I'm not doing it. Whole spinal fluid.
I burst into the clearing, sprinted to the trailer,
just
threw the
showing,
door
just
open,
showing it
and
all.
slammed it shut. I pulled the curtains tight. I sank to the floor,
What are we
putting
talking
my
about?
back against the kitchen cabinets, clutching a steak
Why
knife
didn't
from
we
the
hop
drawer.
in the driver's
I
seat?
sat there in the dark, listening. For 10 minutes, there was nothing, just my own ragged breathing. Then, the woods came alive. It started with a scream, but not a woman screaming. It sounded like a fox screaming, but pitch shifted down, low and guttural.
Jesus Christ.
Then it changed. It shifted into the sound of a baby crying. A wailing, desperate, sobbing sound right at the edge of the clearing. It was...
What do you do in that situation? I mean, obviously we don't move because we was dumb enough to barricade ourselves in here. I wonder if they said the car didn't start or something. I gotta check. Maybe I gotta go back and watch that. Maybe I missed something. But if the car started, why is that not the first place we went? We gonna go just lock ourselves in a one-way in, one-way out thing with this superhuman thing that knows how to mimic voices. So I'm pretty sure it know how to open the door. Yeah, it's up.
trying to make me open the door.
Go ahead,
it was
Frank,
cycling through
say
sounds,
goodbye.
testing triggers. I covered my ears, squeezing my eyes shut. It's not real. It's not real, I whispered. The crying stopped abruptly. I stayed on the floor for hours. Eventually, exhaustion took over. The adrenaline crash was so severe I couldn't keep my head up. I crawled into the bed at the back of the trailer. It was a small bed shoved into the corner under a large rear window. I pulled the duvet over my head, trembling, praying for morning. I must have drifted off into a micro sleep.
That's where I draw the line, Sarah. How are we falling asleep? This be me? There's no sleeping. I'm on guard all night. First of all, I'm not even there because I would have hopped in the driver's seat. Gone. But say I do end up in this situation. Ain't no sleeping. Sis, get it together. Take whatever you got to take, but get it together, sister.
Tap.
Please.
Tap. Tap. My eyes snapped
You just
open.
thought Buddy
The
was
sound
gone.
was right beside my ear.
Just
Tap.
thought, yeah, because you're
Tap.
right beside the
It was on the
window.
glass. Someone was gently tapping a finger against the window pane, inches from my head.
Look at that. Now you gonna turn around, rib cage just all in your face. You gonna see some stuff you don't even want to see. Just lungs all in your face. And you better hope he wasn't a smoker, because then you're gonna see black lungs. Just something you don't want to see. Just like, this why you get the driver's seat and you go. When you get the chance to leave. Y'all don't play. I watch too many horror movies, boy. Just get and go.
I lay frozen. I knew I shouldn't look. But the human
Now, what the hell is that? What is that? There's no other way to defeat that but Jesus. Look at his face. That's got to be one of the spawns of Satan, somebody. But look at his face. Immediately passing out. At this point, I'm not fighting that. Immediately passing out. He would have got me. Because I'd have made all these dumb decisions and ended up here now. Yeah, he would have got me. It's up.
instinct to know what is threatening you is too strong.
Also, this how you ended up in this position. It was the noise. I see why you leaving now, Sarah. And I see why you was going side to side. Shit, I would have been getting up out of there too. Wouldn't have been no following no rules. I apologize, Sarah. Side to side was the great maneuver.
I turned my head. The curtains had a small gap at the bottom. There was a moon that night, bright enough to cast shadows. The window was 6 feet off the ground. To look into it, a person would have to be standing on a ladder.
Like, wow. So I've been getting my lashes done since I was in like 10th grade. What I feel like makes
A person would have
Sarah, I don't know if I believe that. If the window is 6 feet off the ground, then why would somebody need to use a ladder? It's just probably a tall person. It's probably a person that's like 6'4". Or am I tripping? Maybe I'm tripping.
to be standing on a ladder. Through the gap, I saw skin. Gray, taut skin.
Yeah, Sarah, what are we talking about? He like 6'8". He could definitely see through that window. Ain't no ladder.
That looked like it was stretched too tight over bone. I saw a hand. The fingers were impossibly long, with extra joints pressing against the glass. And behind the hand, I saw a torso. It was thin, emaciated, twisted like a burnt matchstick. It wasn't looking at me. It was waiting.
So why are you still looking at it? Get down. I hope he turned around and I hope he just see you. Because I know he's seen you through that window already.
I stopped breathing. I think my heart actually stopped beating for a moment. Then the creature moved. It didn't walk away. It slithered out of view with a
he know
jerky,
you right
unnatural
there.
motion, like a
He
stop-motion
playing with
puppet.
you.
I let out a breath I didn't know I was holding. Bang! The entire trailer shook. The blow hit the door like a battering ram.
And he got
Dust fell
superhuman
from the
strength. Is
ceiling.
crazy.
Pots rattled in the
I
sink.
thought Buddy dipped
It
and
knew I
just
was
hit that
awake.
mug.
The game was over.
Talking about you,
Let
he
me
lifted
in.
it up.
It roared the words, but it used Mark's voice. Then, mid-sentence, the voice shifted. It warped into my voice. Please, help me. It hurts. Sarah, open the door. It was mimicking the prayers I had whispered earlier. It was mock.
What do you do when you hear your own voice? Obviously not go out there because I'm not dead. I'm inside. So why is this what scared you? The other people's voices, I get it. But this is what did it? Was hearing your own voice?
Me. I scrambled off the bed and ran into the tiny bathroom, a shoebox of a room with a.
But I ain't gonna lie, that make me feel better. So maybe he ain't killed the baby because I heard the baby voice crying and I was like, oh, he probably killed the baby. He probably did, but the fact that he ain't killed her yet and he was able to mimic her voice makes me feel a little bit better about the situation.
Flimsy accordion door. I locked it. I curled up in the shower stall, sobbing into my knees, my hands clamped over my ears so tight my head buzzed. I could hear it circling the trailer. I could hear long, hard nails dragging along the aluminum siding. Screech. Screech. Like a keying a car, but deeper. It circled me all night. Sometimes it whispered. Sometimes it screamed. Sometimes it tapped on the bathroom vent on the roof. I didn't sleep. I didn't move.
Okay,
I just
there we
waited
go.
to die. I don't know when it stopped.
Now you
I think
got
I
some
passed
sense.
out from the terror.
You and me on the same
When I
page
opened my
now,
eyes, there
but
was
waited
gray
to
light
die.
filtering through the vent fan. It was
Yeah.
morning.
You know
The
what? That ain't
silence
nothing
was
you can
back.
do.
But this
pray.
time,
You could pray.
it wasn't peaceful.
You could definitely
It was
pray.
empty. I
Because you
waited
about
an
close to
hour.
meeting him. You might as
I
well
needed
get
to
right
be
with him
sure
and
the
repent for
sun was
everything.
fully up.
'Cause
They say
that damn
evil
Wendigo
hates the
already
light.
was getting
I
ready
hope
to
to
judge
God
you.
it was true. I burst out of the bathroom, keys in hand. I didn't look out the windows. I didn't pack my bag. I didn't grab the photo of Mark off the nightstand. I unlocked the door, threw it open, and ran for the truck. The air was still cold.
This should
The
have been
metallic
our
smell was
first
gone.
move.
I fumbled with the keys, dropped them in the dirt, screamed, grabbed them, and jammed them into the ignition.
Ain't no way you fumbled with the keys. You telling me you wanted to die that bad. You got loose. You don't see him around. You don't smell him. You playing with the keys, though. And this goes back to my first point. Why was this not our first move to just get loose?
The engine roared to life. I threw the truck into reverse,
Out of there.
spinning the tires,
Yeah.
kicking up gravel. As I swung the
I
truck
see
around to face the
exactly
road, my
why
headlights swept
she's
across
going
the side of the
side
trailer.
like that, yeah.
I slammed on the brakes for a split second. I couldn't help it.
Slammed on the brakes for
The
what?
aluminum side of the trailer, the silver skin Mark had polished so carefully, it was shredded. Deep, jagged gouges tore through the metal like a can opener had gone to town on it.
That
The
boy would have
scratches
did
were
you
7
something
feet off the
vicious.
ground,
You let him
and
catch
smeared
you.
inside the
But
deep grooves of the metal
all this
was a
mess I
black,
did?
oily substance. I drove 90 miles an hour down those winding mountain roads. I didn't stop crying until I hit the interstate. I didn't stop driving until I was 3 states away. I sold the trailer to a nice young couple from Vermont. I didn't tell them about the scratches. I had them buffed out, though the dents remained.
Dead wrong. You gonna sell them the truck, buff out the scratch. You're not gonna tell them that a demon dog voice simulator just tried to get up on you in that. You probably got bad juju on that. They probably put a curse on you or something. But you know what? If I'm trying to get rid of that joint, I'm probably not telling you either. But still, dead wrong. I'd be dead wrong in that situation too. But dead wrong.
I didn't tell them why I was selling it, but sometimes late at night when the house is quiet and the wind blows just right,
Sarah, you sure
I think
he
I
ain't
can
get
hear
you?
it.
You look crazy.
A faint tapping on the glass, a voice that sounds like love, calling me into the dark. I don't go into the woods anymore. And if you know what's good for you, you won't either. Because there are things out there
Look
that
at
are
that.
hungry,
No, like, look at that.
and they know our names.
Sarah, you lucky you got out that jam. I never would have been in this. So there's a few takeaways. I never would have been in this. Sarah, you lucky you got out that jam. Glad you got out that jam. That last move you pulled should have been the first move, but hey, she got up out of there 90 miles per hour. This was fun. I enjoyed reacting. This was amazing. Let's see how the editing go, but hopefully y'all get a video from me soon.